With heritage projects, we have a great sensitivity to maintaining heritage within the context of our city. The original house is so modest. It's a worker's cottage and it has small rooms, it's small corridors. And our approach was to try and make sure that whatever we did not sit in a different hierarchy to that modesty. A somewhat understated outcome that was almost a bit of a surprise when you encountered it from the street, to then find that it opened up to something much larger. It's like a little bit of a hidden gem. Immediately when you get to the front door and you open the front door, you are presented with the light-filled renovation beyond. From that very narrow, modest corridor, it opens into this light-filled surprise. It is a real sense of calm and a sense of escape. We also provided the space with a sculptural type stair that allows the light to flood through the space and also draws you up into the upper level so that it becomes much more active and more inhabited than it might have otherwise been. Our palette is often based in quite warm, comforting and natural tones. They're very comfortable to live in, and they allow also for a client's personality to then dress it differently. An area like I'm sitting in this kitchen, the marble is the largest statement that we've made in the house. This is where we've been able to express that. Those muted tones and the subtle materials just run through and make the space feel more harmonious. In terms of the materiality of the project, between the context of an original building and its materials, and whether you juxtapose or you try and harmoniously blend, our opinion in our office is that the gravity of the materials is similar. By that I mean, if the building is a masonry building, then the new building should feel as weighty and have the same gravity as the original, or it will feel detached in a way. One of the first things we needed to consider was the floors. What we wanted was it to be a point of difference because it was clearly in the new section of the house, but the tone needed to sit comfortably with the original Baltic. And so the royal colours made that really possible. Although this house is quite a small footprint, it packs a big punch in terms of its light and its drama, and the warmth of timber was really appealing for that reason. The chevron just elevates the spaces. It gave it an elegance and a grace that I think was representative of the client and the type of spaces we were trying to create. Even just the way that the light falls on the texture of the bricks is quite delicate and soft. And I think that soft, inviting material palette, both internally and externally, that they sit comfortably together, is part of the success that we're trying to find in our projects. All projects are a beautiful journey, but with this one, the thing that's actually turned out to be the most significant attribute ended up being Luna's courtyard. As it happened with planning regulations and overlooking and all these different constraints, you sometimes come to the best designed solutions through the number of constraints you've got. This led us to creating this internalised courtyard, which works as a perfect cat sanctuary and also provides light to spill through the courtyard and can be borrowed between the living area, the study, and be its own space. You get a lot of mileage out of one small courtyard, and it provides so much joy. This project allowed the clients to redefine the way they live in the space. When you walk inside, you are greeted by the courtyard, or when you are swept up the staircase, you are greeted by that feeling that once you close that door behind you, you can turn your back on your day. The space has given the next chapter of their lives by the way we've structured the hierarchy of rooms.